for Dane County's top job face-off tonight. It's the last public forum before the primary election next week. Stephen Pope was there and joins us with more on what they had to say tonight.
Julie, what better way to challenge candidates with questions than to have none other than the current county executive ask them? Kathleen Falk moderated tonight's forum and posted 5 questions to the candidates. Only 4 of the 6 candidates show tonight. Here's part of their responses to the following question. What is your approach to controlling property taxes and spending?
My approach has been to audit county government. We've had some very successful audits the last few years. The last one we just did that I led on the criminal justice system, the pressure was to add a $40 or $60 million jail. I said, no, let's try to find a better way to do this. We did an audit. We found that our court system was inefficient.
I pushed and pushed the Department of Corrections and policymakers to base decisions not based on rhetoric, not based on what sounds tough, for example, in the criminal justice world, but on what works. It's usually addressing the root causes.
Well, in a perfect world, when it comes to property taxes, I think they ought to be based on ability to pay. When it comes to property taxes in the next 2 years, I'm a realist. Scott Walker's governor. Scott Walker is going to put tighter limits than we've ever had before on the ability to raise revenue locally.
I've had that kind of budget experience. If you look back, I talked about being a budget watchdog on the city council. The things that I was proud of are the structural changes to how we do budgeting. The things that I stopped the city from doing were things like borrowing for operating costs, things like using one-time revenues for ongoing expenses.
Tonight's forum was hosted by the Dane Dems. All 4 candidates there aligned themselves as Democrats. The 2 candidates that were absent tonight were Spencer Zimmerman and Eileen Bruskowitz. It's a brief absence from the political scene for Eileen, but Zimmerman, on the other hand, hasn't showed up to a single one of those forums.
All right, the primary already on Tuesday. Wow. Thanks very much, Stephen. Again, that primary Tuesday, February 15th. Voters will also decide then which candidates for Madison mayor will be on the ballot in the April election. With Scott